Start by saying that this isn't meant to be a formal report or a list of achievements. It is simply a moment to pause and reflect on what has happened in a very short space of time, and to acknowledge the people who made it possible. When the Summit Hope Foundation started, it started with one simple idea. What if we actually tried to help? Properly, responsibly, consistently. We didn't start with certainty. We started with trust. And in term one, that trust was returned to us in ways we didn't expect. Throughout independent donations alone, people contributed 2,350 Rand. Not because they had to, but because they believed in what we're trying to build. On top of that, 40,000 Rands worth of soil and compost donated to the school for our beautiful field. That mattered to us, because this foundation exists because of the school, and it felt right to give back where it all began. We also visited Krugersdorp Child Welfare, where we donated clothes, shoes, bedding, and essential items. Standing there reminded us that help doesn't always look big or dramatic. Sometimes it looks like showing up with what you have and doing so with respect. Last term, we also launched our pins, not as a fundraiser alone, but as a symbol. And in doing so, we saw something special happen once again at Summit Academy. That familiar philanthropic spirit that the school has always carried. Whether it was my grade 6 class 4 years ago carrying jars of hope to the Karamus School for Autism, all the way to delivering clothes and bedding to the children who need it. People didn't just buy the pins, they bought into the idea that small actions done together matter. Beyond physical outreach, we've also focused on building platforms that can create long-term impact. We've launched our website as well as Acamaster, an educational app designed to make free educational learning a reality for all people. Education should never feel out of reach, and this is our way of contributing to that space. We also launched the Summit Network, a platform which helps charities work together and collaborate. 3 charities are already coordinating on it, which shows us that the idea is working and there is a real need for connection in the non-profit space. Our outreach continues to grow. We've spoken to Pathways Roodepoort and will be visiting them very soon. We've donated a very small but meaningful amount of 750 Rand to the Queen Butterfly Foundation, which helps people in educational disabilities. Along the coast, we've had a successful collaboration with Keep Scotbrook Beautiful in assisting in beach cleanups, and we have 4 Summit Hope Foundation ambassadors in Scotbrook High School, and they will help us begin our first branch in KwaZulu-Natal. None of this happens without people, and it's important that those people are recognized. I want to sincerely thank Jordan, our Director of Graphic Design, Kira, our Director of Projects and Outreach Coordination, Gregory, our Director of Advertising and Distribution, Alejandro, our former Deputy Chairman and a member of Graphic Design, and Adrian, who stands next to me as the Deputy Executive Chairman of the Summit Hope Foundation, and also Christian, Nathan, Jamie, everybody that has ever been a part of the Summit Foundation. And every single person who's donated, whether through money, the cans, or quiet support behind the scenes. I also want to acknowledge the leadership around us. Deshaylin, our Deputy Head Boy. Edwan, our Head Boy. Zander, the Chairman of the Learner Representative Council. And Kaylee, the Chairwoman of the Learner Representative Council. Your support and cooperation matters more than you could ever realize. Behind the scenes was also preparing for the next phase. We're close to being able to accept EFT donations, with 5 willing sponsors already prepared to support us through events and financial contributions. As we move into term 2, we're not slowing down. We're going to be busier, more active, and more intentional. We now know that people believe in us, and that gives us both responsibility and momentum. Thank you very much. We're going to move on to Deputy Chairman.
Good day everyone, my name is Adrian Coomer and I serve as the Deputy Chairman of the Summit Hope Foundation. Today I want to speak about something that may seem small at first, but was already proven to be incredibly powerful. Through our Coin, a Dream and a Future initiative, we place toucans on campus. No big events, no pressure, just a simple idea to give you what you can and when you can. From those toucans alone, we raised 850 Rand and 40 cents in a short space of time. That figure is important, not just as an amount, but as it represents collective actions and small contributions made consistently by people. What makes this even more meaningful is that this amount is entirely separate from the 2,350 Rand we received through direct donations from individuals who believed in what we're building. Together, that shows something very powerful. When people understand the purpose, they respond. So the learners, the teachers, and the broader Summit Academy community, thank you all. Every coin dropped into a can mattered. Every decision to give even a little mattered. What's even more encouraging is what it means going forward. If we continue collecting at this same realistic rate, by November, a Coin, a Dream and a Future alone could approximately raise 13,606 Rand and 8 cents, without counting any other further fundraising efforts. This is not an unrealistic number. It is not a guess. It is based on what you have already helped us achieve. This shows us that change doesn't always come from grand gestures. Sometimes it comes from consistency, consistency, shared responsibility, and community that shares and chooses to care. On behalf of the Summit Hope Foundation, thank you for trusting us, supporting us, and proving that hope we shared adds up. Thank you.